Girl, when's the wedding? When are you getting engaged? Are you getting married? I'm literally gonna... People have started to take me way more seriously. Something needs to change. Are you gonna move out on me?
Guys, I'm sorry to break it to you.
Hi guys. Long time no see. It's Ashley and I am in fact going to be doing a much needed life update video today. Guys, there are things that I need to tell you. There are life updates that need to be told. So here I am. I'm also going to simultaneously get ready for the day. This is in fact my question bank on my Instagram at AShleyK. A lot of you guys might be new here, and if so, then hello. Like I said, my name's Ashley. I live in New York. I'm a full-time YouTuber. I also have my own business, Nami. It is a matcha business. I've been working on it since 2021, but it launched in 2024. It's been a little over a year since we launched. That has like totally flipped my life upside down. So things are pretty different now and life is crazy. Okay, let's wash my face. My face. Okay, I'll also tell you all the products I'm using as I answer my questions, starting off with my SK2 facial essence. Just pat it into my face. Okay, the first question that I'm seeing, are you and Kelly a real couple or are y'all just doing it for YouTube? Guys, it's just for YouTube. Okay, obviously, JK. Are you serious? Freaking hang out with that man every day of my life. It's not just for YouTube. We do make a lot of YouTube videos together. If you guys don't know, my boyfriend, Kelly, is also a YouTuber. And maybe back in the day, we did a lot more kind of like dating videos, but we actually haven't done them in a minute. And I kind of feel like we should do more. We've just been so busy traveling and everything. But to answer your question, no, we are madly in love. Yep, so that's that. Literally every question that I'm getting from you guys is low-key about Kelly. So I feel like I had to start off the video with that. Girl, when's the wedding? When are you getting engaged? Are you getting married? Did he already propose? Like, by the way, this is my moisturizer I just used. Innisfree green tea hyaluronic cream, period. Okay, I'm also gonna do a little bit of Manyo Bifidobiome serum. Okay, I see the next question. How is it living in New York and are you going to buy a house soon? First of all, love living in New York. I actually spend really a lot of my time in upstate New York. I also spend time here. I literally feel like I've been in this apartment in New York City for like 2 months this year. Like, it feels crazy just because of the amount I've been traveling or just spending time, like I said, upstate. So it's been good. I am currently in the city, like that's where I'm filming right now. If I look out the window, I'll insert a clip, but it's literally like the most gorgeous day outside. I love just being in the city. It's so walkable. You can literally do anything. I love doing workout classes, so you really get the most workout class ability living in New York City. Is it a little scary? Yeah, sometimes, but I really like New York. I like that when you're outside, there's a lot of people. So I feel safer in like a weird way. Will I buy a house? Maybe one day, but I don't know. Okay, putting in these little MEJ hair clips. They're so freaking cute. A lot of you guys ask what like my skincare or my makeup routine is, so I'm also kind of doing this at the same time. Non-spawn. Are you happy on how far you've come since 5 years ago? Guys, yes, I feel like my life is so different than it was when I first started YouTube. So I started YouTube back in 2018. So that was about like 6-ish years ago now, 6, 7. Fenty Beauty Invisimatte powder to get rid of my sunscreen glow. But yeah, I feel like when I first started YouTube, I was going through like a tougher time. I was in college. I feel like I kind of struggled making friends in college, just having been like so accustomed to having my friends in high school and then going to college and being like, what the fuck? I also was really young when I went to college. I was like 17. Low-key wasn't ready for it. Like, your girl would have maybe done better if I had taken a gap semester and just like learned to like grow up a little bit more. I feel like when I went to college, I remember eating by myself, getting like lunch at a cafe, and I was like, this is the first time I've ever eaten by myself, like out by myself. And I think I had like a lot to learn independence wise, so that was kind of crazy. And I had always just been like, you know, so used to like having my siblings around, having my parents around, having other friends around, that it was like literally just culture shock once I arrived at college. I also still had my high school boyfriend at the time when I went to college, and I feel like I kind of sheltered myself from some of my college experience because of that, like, if that makes sense. And I ended up transferring colleges. I went to George Washington University in Washington, D.C. for 1 semester. I was like, I literally don't like it out here. I don't like the city because I grew up in upstate New York, a rural girl, freaking out on the farm. Literally, I was like, this is too much for me. Of course, I live in New York City now. I have grown. But at the time, I was like, I literally cannot handle this. So, transferred to a college that was closer to my home, relatively. Went to RPI, go Engineers, which is, it's mostly an engineering school. Enough that the mascot is called the Engineer. And yeah, it's a very STEM-based school. Like literally like 70, 80% male. And I don't really feel like I just don't feel very attached to any college that I specifically went to. I also did 1 semester at community college just like for fun and like got more credits that way because I was like, there was some weird thing where I was like allowed to as a transfer student, and then I was like, I'm gonna save my money and go to community college for 1 semester. So I literally went to 3 colleges. And because of that, I don't really feel like I maybe got the college experience, and COVID happened when I was a junior. So like literally 3 different schools, COVID happened. And then by the end of like college, I was like, I literally just feel like what even happened? So that was kind of crazy. If I could go back and do it, I would like stick to 1 school and just like really hone in on like making friends. And I really like kind of pushed against it. I feel like when I first went to college, I was like, you know what? I'm like shy. Making friends is like hard for me. And then because of that, like at my first college, I really didn't incentivize making friends as much as I should have. Of course, I still had friends, but I didn't really feel like I had like a friend group necessarily. I had like multiple friends, but it was all like 1 friend in like multiple different friend groups. Okay, we're gonna go in with some YSL bronzer. And I actually am not gonna like cut contour. I'm like literally just putting on my face to make my skin look a little bit more tan. Here's another question. What was your degree? So I graduated from RPI with a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and a minor in psychology. And actually when I first started school, I started as pre-med. So up until really like the end of my sophomore year, I was pre-med. So I was like more so on like a biology track, took literally all the bio, all the freaking physics, all the chemistry, just for me to start YouTube and then kind of eventually be like, I don't really know if this is my vibe anymore. I'm gonna switch to business because I feel like it might be more helpful in the future. Wink, wink, it was more helpful. And also mostly I didn't want to take some of like the higher level pre-med classes because why would I do that? Okay, I feel like I was trying to answer the original question of like, how do I feel about coming so far 5 years ago to now? So I'm going to answer more questions that will kind of bring me up to speed of where I am now. Someone saying in their experience like they're living at home and they feel kind of lame for living at home with their parents. What do I think about it? And what I have to say is I do not think that it's lame at all. I actually lived at home for a very long time, partially due to COVID, of course, but also just I actually was like, you know what? I want to live at home. I want to save money versus living in the dorms. And I also get the perk of being with my family. And I'm really lucky to have like the most amazing family where I like want to be at home and want to spend time with them. And it was such an amazing decision because like I really cherish that time that I got to spend with my parents as well as my dog Bubby. And I don't think it's lame at all. I think, you know what? Save your money, spend quality time with your family, and don't be embarrassed about it. Let's do my blush. This is my favorite blush of all time. It is Path, oh my God. Actually, do you have a Lisp? Yes, sometimes I have a Lisp. And I really try not to have one, but unfortunately, if any of you guys have a Lisp, like you know the vibe. And I actually don't think I had one. I think I developed it like in middle school. I'm not even joking. But I swear I used to have better pronunciation when I was in like 5th grade and 6th grade and after. It's been downhill. But I really try not to lisp if I can help it. But sometimes the lisp pops out. Like the other day I was at dinner with some girlies and I literally was like, oh, my boyfriend, like he was just in London. Because if you guys know Kelly, you saw that he was like literally traveling the whole world with $0 because he's freaking insane. And I was like, oh yeah, when he was in London, he got really sick. And they go, wait, what? Thick? I was like, I'm literally gonna fucking, oh my God. Anyways, I do have like some public speaking stuff coming up that I'm really nervous about. I have like a YouTube event where I literally have to present some of like their new features in the creator studio. For example, they have title testing, thumbnail testing. So if you guys ever see my thumbnails and titles change and you're like, why the is she like changing her thumbnail so often or her title so often, it's actually because I am able to upload like 3 different titles or 3 different thumbnails for my YouTube videos and then like kind of test it and see how my viewers click on them. So interesting from YouTube behind the scenes. And so I'm going to an event and I'm freaking announcing it like alongside Mark Rober, Shane from Smosh. Like I'm scared and I have to like use a teleprompter and stuff. It's actually insane. Anyways, here's how the blush looks. I like a orangey mauve, like a orangey brown almost blush. I feel like looks the best on my skin color. Lip liner from Makeup Forever. This one is in the shade Wherever Walnut. How did you have the courage to start your own YouTube channel? Guys, I feel like starting a YouTube channel is one of the scariest things ever, just because you are, for one, fearing external judgment. A lot of times, like, you don't even know where to start. There's a lot to learn, and also social media can be a really scary place because you can be judged by your friends, your family, whatever, but you also can be judged by random people from anywhere in the freaking world, right? So it is a lot to kind of be like, I'm gonna start this, like, what are people gonna think of me, whatever. And I feel like, at least for me, I kind of realized when I was in college, I was like, hey, I did like pre-med. Like I genuinely, like I love learning. I liked being on that track, but at the same time, I felt like growing up, I've always been like a more creative person, making videos, drawing, painting, things like that. And so I was like, you know what? Perhaps there is a more creative career in the cards for me. And this is the hardest thing to do in life in general, is just be like, let's have a real reality check. If I don't change what I'm doing right now, change my major, make some type of difference in my life, I'm going down the path of having a life that like I maybe didn't want. So I had to be like, hey, if I want to be a YouTuber, if I want to do social media, then something needs to change. Obviously, you're not gonna have that lifestyle without anything changing. And you have to be brave enough to say, hey, I'm just gonna freaking do it. Embarrassment is what you pay for living your best life. So at least for social media as a job. So I think don't be scared. You're gonna get judged by people all the time anyways. So literally say, fuck them. I am gonna just do my own thing. Fenty Beauty in the color Sweet Mouth. A lighter pink color. Here's how it looks. Biggest life advice lately. I've been thinking about this a lot for some reason. My biggest life advice is be confrontational. Don't be afraid to be confrontational. For me, I feel like I might not come off as someone that's confrontational because generally I am kind of shy, but I think I've become less shy as I've gotten older. I remember we had to do like the Myers-Briggs personality test in college. Or I remember doing one before I started college and I was like INFP, and then I did it for a class in college because one of my teachers actually paired our groups. It was a psychology class. He paired our groups together based on our Myers-Briggs. And I think I was ENFP after I did the test, and I was like, the fuck? I'm not an introvert anymore, I'm an extrovert? Sure, I don't know. Benefit brow wax, period. Okay, now I have this Milk Makeup Primer, and I like to only put it on my eyelids because I'm crazy, and that's where I apply my eyeshadow. And it's also like a little lighter than my skin tone. I actually kind of like the look of it, so like, isn't that kind of fire? Aside from that, let me answer some basic questions like, how old are you? I'm 25. What's your racial background? Half Korean, half white, like European vibe. Now I'm using this Peri Para eyeshadow palette. I think it's their Honey Cookie palette. I'm gonna take these 2 like matte colors down here and just like randomly put them on my eyelid. I use my finger sometimes. I usually use a brush, but I freaking lost my eyeshadow brush. I don't know where it went. Okay, now for the literal most asked question. When are you getting married? Or do you ever talk about getting married with your boyfriend? Are you guys like serious like that? When is Kelly getting the ring? What kind of wedding ring do you want? When is your wedding? Literally every question under the sun. I swear I'm like scrolling through half of these and literally half of them are about getting married. I'm like, whoa. I think it's low-key because I did a surprise for Kelly recently. Like he came back from his trip around the world and I like surprised him by like cleaning his room, and so nice of me, I know, and like making him a chocolate cake, right? So, and then he comments underneath it like, the ring is on the way. And he showed me that, and I actually at first was like, I literally have no idea what that means. Like it went right over my head. I'm just like, what ring? Like I'm so confused. And he was like, I was like, oh, like a wedding ring. So that was cute. And I think after he posted that, literally all my comments ever and all my questions on here are like, when are you getting married? Depends on the couple, but for me and Kelly, we actually talk about our future all the time. Kelly would like naturally just bring it up and be like, I'm so excited to like spend the rest of our lives together, like things like that. I think as you get older and you're in relationships, like you obviously want to make sure your partner has the same, like I said, like mutual outcome kind of in mind, just so you're like not freaking wasting your time, you know what I'm saying? So I would like to get married before I'm 30. I feel like it's like the vibe. Kelly and I have gone to like some like weddings recently, and we'll always be like, oh my god, like our wedding will be like so fire. We're gonna have like a freaking bouncy house and a matcha chocolate fountain, and Kelly's gonna probably skydive into the aisle, and I'll probably ride a horse down the aisle, and then when we leave, I'll boosted board off tandem with him with my train like blowing in the wind. It's gonna be really amazing. So like we'll always joke and like talk about this stuff. So who freaking knows? We'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. The other thing is like I haven't been to like that many weddings in my life. Maybe I've been to like 5 or 6. That's pretty good. Honestly, that's pretty good. But a lot of them I went to when I was like literally a child. And so I don't really feel like I know that much about weddings. Tartelette tubing mascara, the best mascara literally ever. But like I never really think about what I want my wedding to be like. Like I don't know what I would want my wedding ring to look like. I don't know where I would want it to be. I don't know what I want my wedding dress to look like. I don't know like what color my bridesmaids would be wearing. Figure it out like when the time comes. How are you and Kelly so happy? I need secrets. That's another question I just read. Okay, this is the one thing about having like a social media relationship is like everything is like, oh my god, it's amazing online. Obviously, we have our ups and downs like literally anyone else, but I would say 99% of the time we're just like happy and chilling. And I think it's partially because we have a really deep understanding for each other's lives. Like we both have literally the same job. We have a lot of the same worries. We just like fully understand the ins and outs of it. So I think that's really nice. I think where we could sometimes like butt heads is like we know so much about each other's jobs that like you can like ask each other for like advice or like talk about like what we should do, and we all have like certain opinions of like maybe you should do this to like do whatever, and then it's like, well no, like do you know what I mean? It's a double-edged sword. I feel like we try to actually not talk about work too much. Like if we go on a date, we're like, okay, like let's not talk about work. I think it's really important to have that kind of balance, but at the same time our work is so mixed and involved with our everyday life, it's like almost impossible kind of not to talk about it, but we just try not to like a certain extent. Kelly is like literally so amazing and level-headed, like literally the least toxic man I've ever met. He's so understanding. He never raises his voice. He never yells. Literally is so chill, very understanding. And he's also like not afraid to say sorry. I think I can be more defensive, but I also will say sorry. And I think that's so important is for both parties to be able to say like, hey, I'm sorry for this, or hey, I was in the wrong for this, like, and just be for real. And that's why I love him. Overall, he's a great boyfriend, and I think choose your partners wisely, ladies. That's all I gotta say. I'm actually gonna kind of set my makeup with some of this Medicube PDRN Pink Peptide Serum with Rose PDRN. Okay. I also get a lot of questions about how do you balance Nami with your life, and guys, I literally don't know. I don't know. Let's make a matcha as I talk more about being a freaking CEO, because that is what my life has really transitioned to, is like being a freaking CEO question mark. Like that's crazy. So let's move. Here's the final look. Period. Let's make a matcha latte. Amber, I'm coming into the kitchen. Surprise, surprise, we have a new Nami matcha coming out in most likely 2026, but I have it here. It's a little sample. It's called Coniferous Harvest. It is literally so good. The flavor notes are kind of like tomato vine meets white chocolate. That's what I've been saying. It sounds like a crazy combo, but it's like chocolatey, like vegetal tomato vine. It's actually very elevated and I'm obsessed. It's so crazy to think in 2023, Nami did not exist. So in the meantime, I've made multiple products. We have our original Okumadori that we launched with. It's like more floral. Then we have our nutty Yame matcha. We have strawberry. We have Hojicha, both original, dark roast. And then now we have our Kana. We have like all of our ceramic sets and everything. This one's the Yame ceramic chawan. It's freaking gorgeous. The amount of stuff that I feel like we've gotten done at Nami in 1 year is like astounding. Sometimes I just need to like step back and freaking think about it and be like, whoa. So a lot of you guys ask, how did you start Nami and how do you balance it with your everyday life? Let me put some Kana in here. Basically, when I started Nami, it was kind of something that I started ideating more in like 2021. By 2022, I'm like, okay, I'm like really looking for a team to help me kind of build this out. But it also took a really long time because there was a lot of paperwork involved, trademark, all these different contracts, the whole thing. So that just like setup portion of it literally took forever. Figuring out the matcha, taste testing a million different matchas, doing the whole thing. Of course, I'm the CEO of Nami, aka I'm very heavily involved in literally every single step from start to finish, from sourcing to product design, marketing, literally everything. I am like sorting myself because I want to be involved, because I freaking love matcha. I love Nami. It's like my baby, and I can't really imagine a world where I wouldn't be involved in that, because it's, like I said, my freaking child. So now it is what it is today, and I don't think it would have been nearly as successful if I had been hands off. I think, yeah, as an influencer, like, you could kind of be in a position where you choose to be more hands off, but I was like, no, I am being 100% hands on, because that's my freaking vibe. I'm a little bit type A. I'm older sister. You guys get the vibe. Anyways, let's make our freaking matcha. Now, how do I balance this with my daily life? Guys, I don't know. I get this question all the time, and it's like, well, the balance is not that great, if I'm gonna be so for real. Ow. I feel like there's certain times where it's like I'm on my phone more than I want to be on it, or like I'm not being as present as I want to be, or like where I'm out to dinner with my friends, but like I'm like literally nervous about answering back to business stuff, so I'll be like, I gotta go to the bathroom and like check my emails and things like that. But I really do try to balance it as best as I can. But I will say, like, it's not the best balance, and that's just the truth of it. And I think we're in such an important stage of like starting my business that I'm like, okay, like I need to be fully fledged, hands-on, more involved, and I'm kind of willing to sacrifice some aspects of my life, like my relaxation time, to be able to run my business and get it set up in a way where hopefully in the future we have more employees and I can like take a little bit more of a rest, you know what I'm saying? But I think overall, I still feel like I get to have fun every day. I get to chill every day. I get to like do things that I want to do. And I think that's the benefit of, for one, being a YouTuber, and for also being the owner of the company. I'm the owner of this house. You know, I can be a little bit more like, hey, I'm actually going to go on a trip, whatever. Am I still working throughout the trip? Yes, but then it's like, it's a mix of fun and work. There's trade-offs like there are for literally any job, but I do think like this is the best job in the freaking world. I feel so lucky, so grateful, and I actually like cannot even complain about a single thing. I think another thing people might ask is like, what's the biggest change in your life since you started Nami? And I actually think, for one, people have started to take me way more seriously since I am like a business owner as well. I think as a creator, you are like the CEO of your own media business. People don't realize that, because as a creator, maybe you don't show like you have a bunch of employees, and like I feel like as a creator you're kind of just like, yeah, like this is my life, it's chill, and people don't realize how like businessly involved it can actually be. Businessly involved, period. She ate with that. But I think just being a creator in general really honestly takes you having a business mindset, especially as you start to like scale or expand or just grow as a creator. You kind of have to be able to like evolve in a kind of businessy way, because you're in charge of your channel and your likeness is your business. And I think that actually really came in handy when I started Nami, because I already understood how to like run my own business of having a YouTube channel. If you're doing brand deals or you're doing other things or you're working with a management team, whatever, like it's still a business at the end of the day, and it still teaches you to kind of be in a leadership position and make decisions for yourself. So that, as an experience leading up to doing Nami, was probably the most helpful thing. That's one thing. I feel like I've had so many more opportunities from doing Nami. YouTube, especially as a platform, has been so amazing and so nice about kind of like helping champion Nami as like a creator business, and they've given me so many amazing opportunities. Look at this color. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, let's do a few more quick questions, and I'm gonna grab my sister to also answer some more questions with me. Any upcoming travel plans? A few videos from now, who knows, but we might be back in Asia. I didn't say it. Yes, I did. Okay, yeah, we're gonna be back in Asia. Where? You'll have to wait and see, but I'm so freaking excited. Oh, are you visiting any new countries? Okay, I'm visiting one place that I haven't visited before, but the other two I have visited, if that gives you guys a little bit of a hint. Amber, you wanna be in my video? Okay, everyone, this is my beautiful twin sister, Amber. Yes, we have a podcast together. Hello. Oh, I get a lot of questions about like podcast updates, what's going on with the podcast. Oh my God, BTSP shirt, love it, queen.
And I will steal your matcha.
Okay, it's not sweetened, by the way.
Wow.
It's our new matcha. Did you ever try it?
No, I was gonna say this one's really good.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and I like it unsweetened too.
I forgot you've been gone so long that you haven't tried my new matcha.
I'm in the middle of eating a gummy vitamin with it.
That's kind of disgusting.
Ew!
Okay, anyways, Amber's been gone for like a whole month, so if you're like, where has Amber been?
I'm back.
Hanging out with her boyfriend, but she's back. As for podcast updates, as you guys know, we are doing our bi-weekly podcasts.
This shit is delicious.
I literally am blushing.
This is the Kana blend?
Yes.
Someone asked, how are you really?
I'm okay, except for the occasional burst of anxiety where I literally can't breathe. What about you, Queen?
I need to get off my damn phone. That's how I'm feeling.
Me too. Like, why is
Together.
my main hobby like going on Instagram or like TikTok, bro, or YouTube Shorts?
So the algorithms are getting freaking weird. So I need to get away. But I think we've been doing a lot recently. We've been going out, getting food, walking around. So I've been feeling better. But like last week, that's how I was feeling.
No, literally agree.
Period.
Dream guest on your podcast?
One of my ex-girlfriends. My dream guest on my podcast would actually be JoJo Siwa's ex-girlfriend. Well, okay, if I'm like really dreaming big, Josh Hutcherson. We all know that,
yes.
of course. Because I could ask him questions for hours.
Josh Hutcherson. Dylan O'Brien.
No, he scares me too much.
Why? He's too
he's
adorable.
What? No.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of the wrong Dylan O'Brien.
You're thinking of Josh O'Connor.
Who's that?
That's the one we met.
Oh. No,
But
no, no.
I think Josh
I was thinking
Hutcherson-
of who's in the Wallflower one. Logan Lerman.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm really dreaming big, I would want Rihanna.
Okay.
I would want Rihanna's babies on the podcast. So what do we like for your mom to be Rihanna?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What is a goal that you have for yourself within the next year?
Potentially open a Nami cafe.
I would love to see that happen, bro. We would love to see that happen.
Yep.
I'm praying for you because that stuff does take a long time to figure out. I know you're already kind of looking into it, but
I'm like looking into it in the way where I will like go online and like look at rentals and be like, damn, that's expensive, and then like close my phone.
yeah.
That's like the stage that I'm at right now.
But let's hope that some amazing cafe rental thing pops up on the
pops up.
market.
It's so affordable.
Snatch that.
It's beautiful already.
It's in a good location.
Yeah. If I'm
One day.
really lucky, maybe next year we'll try to do a Nami cafe or 2027. It depends how locked in I can get and how I need to like stop traveling if I want to do that.
You need to lock in, girl.
Should I lock in, guys? Yes or no? Would you go?
I'm gonna open a Nami cafe in the Epcot ball.
Don't tell them my ideas. Are we gonna change houses? Are you gonna move out on me?
Guys, I'm sorry to break it to you. This is my last week here. I'm just kidding. No, we actually just re-signed our lease for another year.
Yeah.
But who knows how we'll feel a year from now.
I feel like I'm getting old.
No, this apartment feels fresh to me every
No.
day.
I meant I'm getting old, not the apartment.
Oh.
Where
yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
getting old for
maybe,
sure,
like,
bro.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Literally take that back. We can live together forever if you want. That's also an option.
I'm probably good. And this apartment setup, I have no complaints. Like, this is honestly the best we'll probably ever have in our freaking lives.
No, I love
So
this apartment.
I will gladly keep living here with you, bro.
Thanks, Queen. Bro, every single question is, when are you getting married? When are you getting married?
Guys,
So
quit
intense.
asking. She's not getting married. My housing is dependent on Ashley being unmarried. So you guys praying on her to get married is actually sabotaging me.
Girl, let's do our favorites of the week like how we do on the podcast.
My favorite of the week is the podcast. Period. The
Period.
Beautiful Twin Sisters
Honestly,
podcast.
it's an
We have some
amazing podcast.
banger episodes. If you guys haven't watched, go check out any of them.
Bro, literally. And I feel like I forget to mention on my YouTube channel and be like, hey, like, guys, I have a literal podcast.
But we
like,
post there consistently, and
we
it's
post
fun.
there all the time.
And if you like this vibe of like the Q&A, I feel like the podcast kind of gives that every week.
Because we're just like updating or like talking about life. That's why I haven't done a Q&A in so long. Because I'm like, oh, well, like I
feel
do
like
that
you
on the
do it.
podcast. But then I
Yeah.
actually look back at my channel and I was like, oh my God, I haven't done one in like a year.
Yes, that's my favorite of the week. And then my favorite
Nice.
about myself, which is also something we do on the podcast.
Yes.
Some positive
Positive
self-talk. Favorite thing about myself is that I've been really resourceful in the kitchen. We got some blueberries from the supermarket that tasted literally so bad that we like could not eat them. So I turned it into freaking jam. And then the jam is so good, and I ate it with fresh bread this morning, and it was actually amazing, bro. Yes.
So my favorite of the week is
Labubu?
I literally was just about to say that.
We just got this Labubu.
Oh, my other favorite is watching The Summer I Turned Pretty right now.
Oh my god, didn't it just end?
It's so intense. I love like watching it and then like following along on TikTok. Like I've never like
involved,
watched, never
yeah.
like watched a show like actually as it really came out, except for maybe like Stranger Things. My favorite about myself is
He humped you.
my favorite about myself is that I feel like my frontal lobe has developed, and then now I can, well actually this is kind of good and bad, I can reflect on things in my past and be like, damn, why did I do that? But then I also love looking back at things and being like,
I was young. Yeah, things that seemed like a big deal back then, you kind of just laugh about now. Hello, bro.
What's up, bro?
Nothing.
Hi Andrew.
Hey, guys.
It's me, Ashley, as well.
Oh, hello, me, Ashley, as well.
Hi. What's your best life advice ever?
Ever?
Yeah.
Work hard, play hard. So if I'm gonna work, I'm gonna work. And if I'm gonna be lazy, I'm gonna be lazy. Don't do a mixture.
So work hard, lazy hard.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, love you, bro.
Love you, bro.
Love you
Okay, talk to you later.
Talk
Bye.
to you later.
Okay, and with
Oh,
that
yes.
being said, I think it's time to end our Q&A. Thank you so much for watching. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.